Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Great Maniacs gather! We're going through box I for the final time. There's quite a mixed batch in here, quite a lot to go through still, so let's crack on. Right, first up we got some Helix comics, so like a sci-fi, like DC sci-fi sister label, or what would you call it? Not a sister label, because it was part of DC. But originally it was going to be called Matrix, this line of comics. But yeah, just call it a line. So it's a DC line but with the name of Helix. It wasn't called Matrix, but then the Matrix movie was coming out, so they changed it to Helix. They actually went as far as to advertise it, saying, yeah, Matrix line of comics. And then later on there's another advert saying, oh, Matrix has now become Helix. And this is Bloody Mary. Garth Ennis writing, Carlos Osquera doing the art. A couple of my faves. Yeah, good run. It's basically after a big war. I think she was a nun, Bloody Mary, and she gets like a parasite kind of thing inside her. It's not a parasite, it's more, what's the other word? Where you've got mutually beneficial kind of thing. I can't remember what, it's not a parasite. It kind of is a parasite. It gives her invulnerability, basically. It keeps her alive. So she can get shot, filled with lead, and she just gets back up. Symbiotic, maybe a symbiotic kind of relationship. So it must be getting something from her, but it's also providing her with invulnerability. So maybe she's feeding it, but she's also, but it provides her with the ability to not die no matter how many bullets she's got in her. So yeah, I think a symbiotic relationship would be the correct way. Not quite in the Venom kind of symbiotic relationship, yeah, but that kind of thing. It's not controlling her mind at all, or talking to her, I don't believe. Right, and then obviously they quite liked it, so they did a second one, Bloody Mary, Lady Liberty. And it's got Carlos Osquera's art, as I mentioned, who created Judge Dredd, one of my favourite artists, old Carlos. Sadly passed away a couple of years ago. But he did Judge Dredd, he did Strontium Dog. I'm trying to think of what he did. He did Just a Pilgrim with Garth Ennis as well. He did a load of UK comic books back in the day, war comics. And he always had that really wonderful kind of gritty style to his characters. Everyone looked like Clint Eastwood or James Coburn. Oh, he did the Stainless Steel Rat as well for 2000 AD, another awesome comic book based on the Harry Harrison stories. These are all good ones for you to pick up. If you're in America and you don't know these characters and you happen to see a trade or something like that, definitely worth a pick up. Right, some random Star Trek Next Generation annuals that I got in a mystery box. And he was like, yeah, I don't collect Star Trek, but it's a completed story. I like Star Trek films, I loved the show when I was a kid. So, complete story in an annual, you bet I'm keeping them. And I managed to get 3 of them, I think, in a different mystery box. So that's the Next Generation number 4 annual. And the Next Generation number 5 annual. So, good stuff. Right, this next comic book you might have seen, but with my face over it. I've not used that intro for a long while actually, because because of one of my laptops broke and it's on there. I need to download it and start using it again. But if you remember, there's one where it says Grey Canary and it's got my face over Black Canary's face on one of my intros. But yeah, this is the original comic book, Black Canary, a 4-parter, New Wings. Not bad art, quite nice art. Creative team of Byam, Von Eden and Giordano. There you go, 4 parts. That building, is that Seattle? Is that in Seattle, that building? I'm not sure. Right, and then there's another... Oh, it's an ongoing Black Canary. I'd even forgotten it. By the same team, but it's rather than Giordano, it's Smith. The 3rd part of the team. So what is he, letterer? Colorist, maybe? Von Eden doing the art, maybe? I don't know. I don't recognise the name Byam even. Did he go on to anything else? Right, Hero Worship Part 1. Black Canary. Oops, daisy. I can't remember if it was in this comic, but she went on to... no, I think it's probably in Birds of Prey, actually. She went on to, like, be acknowledged as one of the greatest martial artists in the whole of the DC universe. I think she even defeated... Lady Shiva at one point. Blind Woman's Bluff, this story is called, apparently. Blind spelt B-L-Y-N-D-E for some reason. Maybe Blind is the name of the villain. Right, this is the last little book, last little package of Black Canaries. Dance of the Capoeira. It's a Brazilian fighting style, isn't it? It was kind of developed, I think, to look like a dance, because I think it was invented by the slaves. I think they were the slave people there, and they invented the capoeira kind of dance, but it was actually a fight in style to because obviously they weren't allowed to practice fighting. The masters wouldn't allow that, would they? There's a new man in Dinah's life of the Ray. Right, I could be incorrect with what I'm saying there, so always double check what I say, because it could always be wrong. Right, Black Canary enter the Huntress, and there will be pain and terror as 2 gallant women roam the world searching for a fiend. Is that supposed to be Black Canary? Hold the phone. I'm guessing it's got to be Black Canary. Black Canary got rid of her blonde wig by the looks of it, and just went, yeah, looking very butch on that cover. Guest starring Huntress and Nightwing. Free the prisoners, and after a night of pain and terrible violence, there can be only mercy. I can't remember why she decided to go with her original hair. Maybe she was like, well, it doesn't really act as a disguise, just having a blonde wig on, because I've got the same face. Maybe she wised up and thought, my disguise is stupid. I'm just going to keep myself with my normal hair. Yeah. She was looking a bit butch in a couple of those covers, though, I must say. Blimey, like even like she got like thicker, kind of. Alright. Plenty more to go. Right, another crossover. Another like yearly, one of the yearly event kind of things. Legends, a 6-part miniseries. The epic of the century starts right here. Is this the one that has the first appearance of the Suicide Squad and Amanda Waller? Could be, and Brimstone. I see Brimstone there, and I'm pretty sure they all debuted in the same comic. And are there any Suicide Squad members there? No, there's no Suicide Squad members there on that cover. But there's got Brimstone, which I'm sure he debuted in the same comic as those others I just mentioned. Right, Legends number 2. This is what G. Gordon Godfrey. He was a popularist, kind of like politician type of a guy. He was convincing people that superheroes were pain. Superheroes were, they weren't worth the trouble. They caused trouble. They made things worse. Here we go. The Suicide Squad there at the bottom. See. Is it Enchantress, Blockbuster, Bronze Tiger, Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang, of course. They were kind of, this G. Gordon Godfrey convinced everybody that superheroes were a waste of time, they were more trouble than they were worth. But it turns out he had like a hypnotic charisma kind of thing, and he spoke and people listened and people believed. Let's not go there and say anything about any current politicians. But it turns out he was an agent from Darkseid, from Apocalypse, and he had the superpower to make people, follow his words. But he got close to almost making the superheroes no more. The superheroes, I think, nearly quit because the populace of the world was out to kill them. Get rid of them in any way they could. Right, this is it, Legends, the conclusion of the 6-part miniseries. They managed to work out what was going on, and G. Gordon Godfrey got sent back to Apocalypse. Probably got a kick up the butt from the dark side at the very least. Right, this is weird. The Weird. There you go. The Weird. Interesting character, good, interesting look. Looking at him actually reminds me very much of Sleepwalker. Very Sleepwalker-esque actually. He's got the same non-symmetrical costume, like with like long wrappings on one leg, not on the other. Long wrappings on one arm, less wrappings on the other arm. Yeah, very Sleepwalker-esque in the costume. A strange looking fella. I think he was a human guy. I think he died from natural causes, but there was an alien like energy or parasite that got into him and sort of like brought him to life again. So he was kind of like partly himself, but not, because I think maybe his memory was gone or something like that. But yeah, it was interesting. I quite like this little 4-parter. I remember quite liking it. Anyway, Starling, Wrightson and Green. Is that Bernie Wrightson? Yeah. I can't think of any other Wrightsons. That's a pretty good creative team though. You can't actually see it on these covers, but it doesn't actually show his face properly on these covers. But he's got one. He's kind of like he's got a weird face as well. He's got one big eye and one normal sized eye. The explosive finale. I think he was pitted against the heroes for some reason because they weren't sure what to make of him. So I'm pretty sure they were kind of like. And he ends up going off into space, and you don't see him again till later on. In some, I think it was like Journey into Mystery or Mystery in Space, something like that. It was, it was good stuff. He teamed up with Captain Comet, fighting off against Onomar Sin, and got involved in the Ran-Thanagar War, that kind of stuff, and the Ran-Thanagar Holy War. Elongated Man. Europe 92. Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Love, Sue. Concord to Discord. Yeah, so it's Ralph and Sue Dibney on a little European tour, basically. Getting into a few scrapes and japes along the way. Not very serious. There's a French supervillain. I think he was a snail or something. This guy looks like a giant squid. This looks like, I don't know what's going on there. Like a squid guy, copperhead. He's a French villain from the Brotherhood of Evil. Is it? Is he called? Phasma or Phase or something like that. I think he can teleport people. Pretty sure he's the teleport from the Brotherhood of Evil. But this guy, I'm assuming he's called Squid or something. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's Sonar. Is that guy Sonar, maybe? Oh, he looks a bit like Sonar. I'm trying to find... Yeah, Ralph, his nose is twitching. His nose is twitching. Oh, calamari. That squid thing is called calamari. So you read like fun comic books like this, and then later on you read that bloody well Sue was raped at one point by Dr. Light, and it just completely throws a nice comic book into a dark place, because it's like, why did you have to go there? Why would you have to have stories like that? You know, I prefer to keep like I like adult comic books, but I don't want it to be like thrown in the same world where we've had like whimsical kind of stuff. You know, it just kind of like bums me out a bit. I lost like it's funny, from bad to worst. Worst being like a German sausage. From bad to worst. Oh God! Has I missed anything on these ones? Concord, Discord, The Sounds of Science was that one, which made me think it was Sonar. It looked like Sonar as well. Still trying to work out who that guy is called. The Flash, Il Flash, the Flash, get him! I think he must be Italian. This calamari. Trying to find out the name of the guy from Brotherhood of Evil. I'm sure it's like I can't remember what his name is. Portal or Phasma or sure begins with a P, but I could be wrong. I hate when you go for a whole fight and they don't once say what their names are. That doesn't make sense to me. It used to be in comic books that, you know, they'd have to tell the dumb kids or the new readers who everybody was. I've not seen Copperhead's name mentioned. I've not seen this. Well, Calamari, I see his name came out. Sonar, I was right. That guy was Sonar. Nope. No mention. I didn't even see him get taken out. Did he get taken out or did he disappear? Forget it. Right, and finally, Soundly Beaten. Enjoying the sights and sounds of beautiful Medora. Ralph. Yeah, and it is Sonar, and he's using his weapon against elongated man there. But anyway, a good fun little run. I keep like coming across comics. I think to myself, I must read these again, but and then I hardly ever get around to it. Yeah, what can I do? What can I say? Comic books are good. Right, so I seem to have some Wonder Woman. So this is the very small amount of Wonder Woman that I don't have just for crossovers. So this one I think might be good to move with my friend actually. Mist, merciful Minerva. How can I save her now? Help! Little girl falling into the mouth of a monster. And only Wonder Woman to save her. Right, this one I remember buying this from the corner shop from around the corner from my dad's, I swear. Number 300. Special anniversary issue. I think maybe that's what attracted me to it when I saw it in the shop. I think it was a bigger comic. Special 300th issue, and I thought, I don't remember what I thought, but I must have thought, I'll buy that because I bought it. Wrap around. 25p. What year is it? 80 something? 83. February 83, so 13. The invisible plane from that Sandman down there. Is that not the second Sandman? The one who actually lived in the dream world before the other guy, the other dreaming guy, the Morpheus. Right, number 27. George Perez, I believe. Yeah. All right. A few odd ones in here. Number 52. Zero. It's a good cover. Boland, yeah. Of course it's a good cover. Number 92, more Boland. Fighting Medusa. Or some manner of Gorgon, by the looks of it. Although it's got like a snake body rather than a human body. So maybe it's not a Gorgon. Although it does have the snake hair. That's number 92. Number 93. I've got 2 in a row. This is when I believe she was no longer Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman Artemis had become Wonder Woman for a while, but she's still fighting there with her sister Artemis. And this one, no prizes for guessing why I picked this one up. It's got the demon in it. In case you were wondering, it's got the demon in it. Maybe I should put this in my demon box, because I've got a couple of other Wonder Woman in my demon box where she met up with the demon. So then maybe this should be a candidate for that. And as you can also tell, can you see who else is in that one? Can you see that shadow with the eye sockets? It's the Phantom Stranger. His eyes are always not in shadow for some reason. Though, so that's because he's supernatural. That shows his supernaturalness. You can actually see his eyes in his shadow. Or this is Wonder Woman 107. Yeah, I do love a bit of demon action. He's a bit of a dog as well, old demon. Once or twice, he's tried to kiss her. He tries to lay the smacker on her lips. Oh, and this one, he's being controlled by Morgane Le Fay. Die by the command of Morgane Le Fay. Right. Got another one, Wonder Woman or two here. Wonder Woman. This is 174. And 175, 2 in a row. Joker Last Laugh. The Witch is Back. A coverless one. Don't know how I got a coverless one. This is Wonder Woman 179. Is there 2 in here? Yeah, there's 2 in here. Coverless one. Don't ask me. And 180. Pretty sure I never lost a cover of that. I don't know. I don't recall. Maybe I got. I don't know. You wouldn't get a coverless one and a blinking. I don't know. I got it from somewhere. Almost got a little run here. Got number 181. And there's a bit of a jump to 203. I got 204. Guest starring Batman. And then we have Wonder Woman Special, guest starring Deathstroke, Amazon versus Assassin, to be concluded in Wonder Woman 63. Right, we have a Wonder Woman annual, Legends of the Dead Earth. This is the future where like the heroes weren't really any longer alive, but their legacy had lived on and someone had taken up the mantle or somehow been influenced by them. So this is obviously a woman from the Dead Earth who knew the legend of Wonder Woman and somehow was carrying it on. Maybe she found Wonder Woman's stuff. Looks like she's finding Wonder Woman's gear there and about to put it on. Looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, that's all the Wonder Woman. Now we have... It's a bit like Batman. But it's not, it's Man-Bat. Man-Bat! Yeah. Most Man-Bat miniseries are kind of like on the same theme, really. He's trying to find peace with his wife and family, his wife and kids. As normally as Man-Bat, occasionally they're all Man-Bat creatures trying to live in peace. Someone tries to disturb their peace, or it would be him trying to regain his humanity again. Yeah, those are kind of the recurring things with Man-Bat. Be nice if he got to one stage where he actually could be like a Hulk, like a Man-Bat, where he can just change when he needs to, you know, a bit of a vampire kind of Man-Bat, but not sucking blood, but but able to change into a bat when he wants to. So there you go. 5 parts, 5 of 5, Man-Bat. I have got another Man-Bat story here. I think it's like a maxi. No, not a maxi. I don't know what it was called, but it's like a thicker prestige format, maybe. A thicker hardstock book format. All right, there is a little series called DC First. I think it was reprising first things in DC Comics. So Superman and Flash, the Man of Steel versus the original Flash, their first race. So this is the first race of Flash and Superman. This is, I think, the first meeting reprised of Superman meeting Lobo. Main Man Mayhem. The first team up of Alan Scott and Hal Jordan representing for the first time. I'm not sure how many of these there were. I've got 4 of them. I assume that was all there was because I would have collected them all if I was able to. But yeah, maybe my comic shop led me wrong, or maybe there was, I don't know, but I've got 4 of them. Or maybe might have some more in another box, maybe, with the characters. That's a possibility. So this is the first meeting of Batgirl and the Joker. Obviously, long before Killing Joke. Right, we've got another Helix title here. Dead Core. Well, it's actually Dead Corpse because it's got an E on the end. So it's a play on Dead Core because they're actually an army group of dead people. So then also they put an E on the end, so it's Dead Corpse. Read it as you wish. The few, the proud, the deceased is the blurb at the bottom there. Real men don't stay dead. What bizarre secret can shock the dead, it says here. And the last one, Dead Again. Right, coming up to the end now. 2 little lots to go, and it's Mr. Miracle. Got Mr. Miracle special. Ooh, start that again. I just made a funny noise rather than saying a word. All new death traps, all new escapes. Mark Ivania and Steve Rude present the return of the world's greatest escape artist in No Escape from Destiny. Also with Big Barda and Oberon. Scott Free, and who's that cagey looking individual peeking out from behind the wall? I don't like the look of that. Why, it's that no good Darkseid. Oh. I'd like to give him a piece of my mind, but it'd probably obliterate me with his Amiga beams. I wouldn't even be worthy of the Amiga beams, just kill me with one finger. Mr. Miracle, the making of a legend. Mr. Miracle versus Justice League America. Fire and Wonder Woman. And Obsidian. Mr. Miracle Unchained. Mr. Miracle, Duel with Death. He is actually fighting Death. That's the Black Racer, who is the kind of like psychopomp of the New Genesis Apocalypse people. I don't know if he takes the souls of others. I think he went after Batman once, or the Flash once. So I don't know if he's the official psychopomp of the whole universe, but I know he deals with the definitely the New Genesis and the Apocalypse people. It's kind of like the Silver Surfer. It's I've got to say, he's one of the silliest characters in the world. Why would Death, the embodiment of death, like the person who takes the souls from the world to the afterlife, ride around on skis? It's but it happened, and it continues, and you got to kind of like applaud the craziness of comic books sometimes. Just go with the flow. They made things in different times when no one really was that worried about. It just seems silly by today's standards, at least to me. It's a good cover. I like this cover. Looks like Big Barda's been like overtaken by some kind of kabuki spirit or something. I'm not too sure what's happening there. She's about to try and twat her husband to death, and there's some eyes looking on behind, obviously influencing her, I'm guessing. Don't know whose eyes they are. You can see the face there. Interesting. Big Barda is a whole lot of woman, that's all I can say. Right, and you can see what a whole lot of woman she is, because she's fighting Wonder Woman there. Standing her own, holding her own as you'd expect her to. She's tough. She's big and she's tough. And Mr. Miracle's a lucky guy. And this is the very last comic in this box. The last issue of this Mr. Miracle run. I'm pretty sure it's the full run. It says The Last God. And there he is standing there. It says at the back, check out New Gods for future developments of Mr. Miracle. So I think there must have been a New Gods run at that point. There you go, that's it. That's your lot. That's this box. That's been Box I. Box I. Aye. I've been going through this for about an hour and a half now. Oh, it's a lot of comic books and a lot of chat. I've got to put them all away now and then get them back upstairs. Yeah. Anyway, cheers for watching. Have a great, amazing day. And may all your news be good news. Have a great amazing day. I'll have a great amazing day. Have a great amazing day. I hope you have a great amazing day.